Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Muhammad Jami Shuaib. In the second part of this video, I'll be taking you to how to write award-winning motivation letter, CV, and recommendation letter for your application to the Swiss TPH, to the prestigious Swiss TPH Scholarship Award to attend the field malaria course in Tanzania. You won't want to miss this lesson. Kindly take a seat back and watch carefully. If you are just watching this, if you are just joining us on this channel, please kindly subscribe to this channel, give this video thumbs up, like this video, share it with your network and colleagues who are interested in applying for this kind of travel award. Okay, and if you have not watched the first part, the very first part of this video, please kindly watch it before you continue with this. So how to I explained in the first video some guidelines, some requirements, eligibility, and stuff regarding some basic knowledge you need to know that revolves around Swiss TPH field malaria course. Before you continue with this, in this video, I'll be taking you to how to draft a very strong motivation letter that I use with examples as I draft my own to win the scholarship. I will also tell you how you can make your CV more stand out and what unnecessary information you need to pull out of your CV and your recommendation letter, how you can guide your employer to help you draft a strong recommendation letter. So you won't want to miss this video for nothing. Let's get started now. So I'll be talking first. We'll be starting with a motivation letter. So a motivation letter is an essay required for an application, or an essay required for an award, wanting you to tell a story or wanting you to give a compelling writing on what motivates you to apply for this award, or what motivates you to apply for this scholarship, or what motivates you to apply for this job. So that is the goal. As the name implies, motivation letter. What motivates you? What do you see? Do you just want to attend this course, or do you want to just leverage on this course to travel outside of Nigeria for the first time? What motivates you? The reviewer want to get your voice, want to see your writing, they want you to tell your stories in writing. You are not in front of them to tell your story. Now you need your writing to represent you within the reviewing committee. You want to tell a very compelling story. So basically, we have ingredient to every essay or anything. We have different type of essay. We have motivation letter, we have personal statement, one letter of statement, letter of purpose, and the rest. But to make this motivation letter more tailored to the award or to the Swiss TPH field malaria course we're talking about, you only have 4 key ingredients to fix. Key ingredient to ensure that it is fixed on your recommendation letter. One is an introduction and opening. So I'll be explaining each of these paragraphs in the subsequent slides, and examples how you can best draft your own each paragraph. The introduction and opening, you don't want to write an opening that will piss off the reviewer. So I do say that don't give the reviewer an opportunity to get pissed off while you're reviewing your application. So maybe you just write your introduction is too boring, and that's because these reviewers are also human. They are human. The reviewer to get pissed off while reviewing your application. Why? Because of boring statement or boring opening you have. So you want the reviewer to get sick, to get attached to your writing from the beginning to the end. So, and that is the purpose. You need to sharp up and on your writing skills. But if you watch this guide carefully, you are going to come out with a brilliant and excellent writing. So that is introduction. Another thing is you want to tell the review committee or the application, you want to put in your application your research and education experience. You want to let them to know, okay, this is how you start your education. This is your university education. This is how you start. And also, what is also expected in your motivation letter is your contribution to your home country. This is what is expected. That is in which area have you contributed in malaria researches? Where have you volunteered that you've contributed positively to malaria reduction or malaria control or malaria related studies in your country? Even it may be your own research experience, maybe your master's studies or your PhD. They want to know what have you done regarding the field of malaria in your home country. And the last one is a strong closing. You won't let the reviewer to know that, okay, please, if you don't choose me for this application, you are missing a lot. So I put that in one of the slides. So you want to close the strong closing that if you don't choose me for this award, you are missing. So you want to create that kind of impression, even they are not missing anything. So I'm just joking around. So you want to create that kind of impression. You know, this the number of application is very low. The number of awards is very low. 16 attendants or 16 participants from all African countries. How many countries we have in Africa? Use the population, and they are going to choose only 16 participants. You don't want the reviewer to have any say on you. Only that maybe the only comment you should likely to perceive of yourself is that because the award is low, not that your own application. So you want to put in strong application from your motivation letter. I will also discuss about the CV. What are those information you need to pull out of your CV? You should know that you are not applying for a local application. Maybe you just put all unnecessary document, unnecessary information. So you don't want to do that as well as your recommendation letter. So let's get started with the first paragraph on writing a competitive motivation letter. I said make it short and powerful. Your recommendation letter should be short and powerful, straight to the point. It's not about stories. It's not about unnecessary stories. Your motivation letter is not to tell the recommender that you are living in the slum of Africa. You don't have money. No one cares about that. You want to tell them what you are bringing on board. You want them to know that, okay, I'm also coming to gain from the course, but I also have some attributes, some experience I'm bringing on board to better give the cohort a very rich experience and diverse approach. So let's get started with the first paragraph, first introduction. The requirement for the motivation letter in the application is just a page, but I will advise you to stick to 500 words. 500 words within a page. So don't just play around the line spacing and the font size so that you can add a lot of stories. But 500 words is very good and average. So let's get started with the first paragraph. So the paragraph 1, the very first paragraph, I said a captivating opening. How will you draft your own captivating opening? You want to create a very good impression from the very first word. So there are two ways you can do that. One is you can start with personal stories or experience and or statistical support. What do I mean by this? Personal story or experience is a story you have that is connected to malaria. Maybe you have a story that's connected to malaria. Maybe while you are growing up, you lose one of your family because of malaria. We have people who have that kind of experience. Or is your neighbor, or is someone that just died because of malaria. Or it died because of maybe anti-malaria resistance, because all the drugs being used for this. So your experience around malaria, or how is it? So you tell your personal stories or experience. Or it can be even maybe in your lab, maybe when you are in college, when you are in university, you get facilitated, you get excited reading about malaria. So all these what influence your curiosity, all this influence your resolve to further pursue a research experience focused on malaria. So you want to tell all this. Another way is all statistical support. You can also support this that, okay, given a scenario of your country, you can give a scenario for a country of Africa. Okay, in Africa is the most burden of malaria today is being felt in Africa. Africa, in Nigeria alone has the highest global burden of malaria. So you can create a scenario about statistical support, giving evidence. Okay, according to the World Health Organization report in this year, this is the current scenario, this is the current case of malaria. And the next is that your first paragraph is not just about you telling your personal stories and giving statistical support. You want the reader to know that why are you writing this essay in the first place. If you miss this out, I'm very sure you have missed you have missed the road. Your purpose must be very clear in the first paragraph. That is, after you provide a scenario of your personal story and our statistical support, you tell us that why are you writing this letter. You want to know. Don't waste my time. I have hundreds of applications to review. Why are you writing it? You want them to know that, okay, since you've created a scenario about personal stories and statistical support, you want to put it in, okay, I want to improve my experience on this malaria, or I want to improve my learning. That is why I'm applying for this and this scholarship. So that's how you do it. So after you create a personal stories or statistical support, you also put in purpose. So I will be seeing an example in the next slide. So look at the example on my screen now. So this person, which is actually my own writing, so I so much advise you that not to plagiarize. The people you are writing to, their experience, they have reviewed application that they have the impression that if this application is not yours, they have all the documents from the past to us. If you just plagiarize and just copy and paste, they will know. And that's there's not even much award for people. So that's even a red course for you. So don't plagiarize. Sit down and write out key points you want to put in your motivation letter and start drafting. It's not compulsory or it's not necessary that you draft it in just one sitting. You can start with your first paragraph just a day. You meditate on what you want to put in your first paragraph, the second day, second paragraph, the third day. By the end of the week, you come up with a very strong motivation letter. So look at this person. So I started with malaria. I started with a statistical fact and problem. That is, a malaria, a preventable and treatable infection is perhaps the most dangerous human disease. Today, this is a statistic. Nearly half of the world population is presently at risk for malaria, of which sub-Saharan Africa should have the largest share of the body, with about 85% of global disease. This is about statistics of the current status of malaria in Africa. I continue that for past decades now, the predominant strategy for malaria control has focused on killing mosquitoes. That is, the most strategy we do use in Africa is only targeted at mosquitoes, particularly with such stories of insecticide to the bed net. Unfortunately, then this is a problem. Yes, I've created scenarios about a kind of a statistical fact. I'm not bringing on board my personal stories about malaria now. This is about statistical fact. Then what do I want to use that statistical fact for? I want to link it to a problem. That's how you build a very strong opening. I said that unfortunately, the rapid resistance and highly adaptive nature of mosquitoes and parasites involved have innovated control efforts to eliminate the body. So this is the problem now. The problem now is that mosquitoes develop rapid resistance to all these insecticides and all these approaches we are using to killing them. So what do? Do we fold our arms and not do anything? Then I quit, and this is not my purpose. So I link the problem on ground to the purpose I want to achieve through the course. I said, therefore, to address this problem, I'm interested in understanding and implement different prevention, control, and emission strategy of malaria in tropical low-income countries, especially in sub-Saharan Africa and my own country. So whenever you are quoting you are writing something like this, always make your goal to be broader and narrow. Broader in the sense that don't only narrow it to your country, also chip in some, okay, maybe in sub-Saharan Africa or in Africa or in the global scale at large. So where the highest burden of differentiation is misfed. So as a result, so this is where I'm coming to. This is the purpose. This is the purpose. As a result, this interest, that is the interest to learn and understand how we can implement different approaches to curb the increasing resistance of malaria or increasing resistance of mosquito to intervention. This interest shaped my choice in applying to the postgraduate malaria course offered by the Swiss Tropical and Public Health Institute. See how these stories are in line. They're in steps wise. So you don't want to write something very vague and it's not compelling. So this is just a kind of example. Use this for your own purpose as well. Don't plagiarize. Don't plagiarize. So let's move to the second paragraph. So this is the second paragraph, paragraph 2. The paragraph 2 is all about your education and research experience. In this paragraph, we talk briefly about your bachelor's degree. What do you want? You talk about your educational achievements, your honors, your award. Maybe you graduated with the first class. You are the best student, or you have been awarded this scholarship and this and that. Mention that a little, and also your research experience. Also, in the second paragraph, you also mention your research experience of relating to malaria studies. Okay, maybe you carried out, maybe even from your undergrad project, that is the final year project is about malaria. So talk about what are those malaria research experience you've had. Maybe you work on malaria related studies in your master's or PhD. Talk about it briefly. What are you focused on? So we look at example in the subsequent slide. So, and also what you are currently working on. If maybe you are working in the Ministry of Education, in the Ministry of Health, or in an organization, or as a lecturer, or in an institution, tell us what you are working on. Maybe at present you are working on the anti-malaria resistance in Africa or in Nigeria. So just tell us about what you are working on. It's not necessary, but I put in for those who have much experience. So This is an example. So this person said, I completed my bachelor's degree in microbiology from the University of X, graduating top 1% of my cohort with CGPA 4.0 on the scale of 5.0. So this is a brief, just one paragraph, one sentence is enough to introduce your education, your CGPA, if you have a very strong CGPA, or you say that I graduated with being the very best student. If you want to mention any honor related to your college degree, that is your university degree, don't, just a sentence is enough. Now I proceed to this about how you develop interest in malaria, your research experience. My exposure to studies on parasitology and entomology was the answer to my curiosities and championed my interest in infectious diseases and malaria in particular. So this, I started by saying that, okay, how do I develop interest in malaria? It's true by learning parasitology and applied entomology in university. That's where the curiosity came in. So your own, maybe your own interest is influenced by being affected by malaria too much. Maybe you are always being hospitalized because of malaria. Write it there. Write it there. That's a good entry point. So I continue that due to my interest in infectious disease and public health, I volunteered with the Department of West African Academy of Public Health, where I helped the government in sensitizing the local community on malaria prevention and control, distribution of bed nets and among. So this is what part of what I've achieved. This part of what I've achieved or what I've worked on around malaria. So this is my own research experience. I did not carry out research experience of malaria. I have not have, let's say this person does not have previous research experience of malaria, but this thing is also enough to serve as research experience. And this also serves as a good point, entry point to what it contributed to your country or to your own country, which is the third paragraph. So let's move down to the third paragraph. So your contribution to your home country. So you want to tell the reviewer that, okay, I've done in my own capability or in my own ability, I've done this and that on malaria to improve the cases of malaria in my own country, in my community. So all this is so this will give you an impression that, okay, this person will be a good fit, because the malaria course is a kind of a very interesting course that you always talk about your experience. There will be a section that, okay, people just talk randomly. What have you, even when you are doing presentation, these are things you mentioned what you, if you have a topic relating to what you have experience on. So they want to bring on board people who have a kind of a broad experience, who have worked very well, but not very much. What I mean by that, that the course is interested, or the organizer are interested in less experience. You have experience, but not like very much, a very deep or experience. So you talk in this third paragraph, you talk brief about malaria study you've conducted or part of. Maybe you are part of the malaria studies or you are part of the research team. Talk about it. Your volunteering experience around malaria. Talk about your project experience. You can talk about, okay, maybe you involved in data collection. You distribute questionnaire. All these things. Just talk about it in a formal and very excellent way. So let's see an example for this. So this person started that after my bachelor's degree, my inquisitive nature led me to take up the role of research assistant at the University of X, Nigeria. So you can also put in this paragraph your role, your present role, your employment, your organization or your institution. If your institution is revolved around public health and global health issues, so you talk about this. So why did this person take up the role of research assistant? To sharpen my skills and experience further and contribute. So look the word contribute. This sentence is kind of giving room to open what you have contributed to your own country and contribute towards containing malaria infection in my own country. So always tailor your words, tailor your motivation letter to malaria research experience you've had. You might have a wealth of experience on different infection like NTD, neglected tropical disease, and outside of it. Don't give a lot of vague words, a lot of vague expression. Tailor all your experience to what you've done on malaria. So this person continued that in this position, and these are the contributions to my own country. I work on different research projects on malaria, including a survey on diversity and abundance of mosquito at the University of X, prevalence, knowledge, and risk factors of malaria infection among pregnant women, attending primary health care, among others. So this is just a short paragraph 3. So you can also add it to talk about the result. If the result is a very significant one and it helps to reduce the burden, of maybe malaria, or the burden of malaria infection is in that particular community, or you'll be able to improve people knowledge about how to address malaria. Because in some communities, some illiteracy see that malaria is a kind of magic infection. As a black magic infection. If you have malaria, is from one father from one mother in their family. Now, so they don't still believe that malaria is caused by mosquito. So you can tell what your significance or your result has done in that community. And let's move to the fourth and the last paragraph. So strong closing, you need to present yourself. You need to tell the reviewer that you must select me for this award. So you should create that impression in the last paragraph. So not only you telling yourself that you don't mention any part of your motivation letter that you are from less privileged. No, people don't care about that kind of style again. Don't tell me that you are from a less privileged family, you don't have money to travel. No, 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 no. I don't need that. Tell me what you want to offer. What do you stand to gain? What do you want to gain? That will also create an impression that, okay, you've gone through the course website, the course application, you read it and understood it. So you tell us what you want to, why should you be selected for the award? You state your purpose. Your purpose you state in the first paragraph that this is why you are applying for the scholarship. We insert it in a new expression. Mention to you envisage to again on the course. Why you applying for the course? Do you want to apply for the course just to have an experience outside Nigeria? So you want to tell the reviewer that this is what I want to gain. Okay, I want to learn more about how to prevent malaria prevention control. I want to learn more about how to how to diagnose malaria. I want to learn about how we can make a new product. How we can identify fake products. I want to learn about what's the current current outbreak researches on a very well grounded researches on malaria like that. You want to network with professors who have more experience on this area. You mention things you envisage to learn on the course, and this is just a kind of funny statement that let them know that they will be losing out if you are not selected. Let them know that they will be losing out if you are not selected. So tell the viewer that they will be losing out if you are not selected. So let's say an example. So this person said that I believe that my selection for this course will equip me with knowledge and specialized analytical and technical skills relevant to malaria control, prevention, and elimination to become a malaria expert. So this creates a opening that this is what you look forward to learn on the course. You want to learn more about technical skills relevant to malaria control. So you want to become a malaria expert. So this person further move on that this you link this malaria expert to what you want to become in the future. So my long-term goal is to become a professor of pathology and entomology, specializing in the control and prevention of malaria and mosquitoes. So see all these expressions, they are linking to one another. They are not vague. They are not unjointed. So a person reading this will see that okay, this person has a very deep 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 background, or a deep envision what you want to achieve from this course, because you envision to become a professor of pathology. So this course is a kind of course that it will lead to your career progression. It will increase your portfolio. It will increase your knowledge. So hence, the experience and expertise needed in control program and research activity in the field of the obtainment. So you still reinstate that. Why I want to reinstate the purpose you mentioned in your first paragraph, that to be a malaria expert, you still need this course. You are telling the reviewer that you need to select me for this course because I need this knowledge. I need this knowledge to make it beneficial to my own country. And you see that in the last sentence. I'm confident that my selection for this course will be a valuable asset to my own institution and beneficial to my own country. See a very strong closing. So the viewer will be very, very excited that okay, this person is not just to learn alone. He wants to also improve to benefit others in his own countries and institutions on what he has learned. So this is how to write a very competitive motivation letter. You can do more better on this. This is just a kind of examples I brought forward to give you a roadmap to follow. So now we've done with the motivation letter of your application. It's now your turn. Please Write your first paragraph, your second paragraph, your third paragraph, and fourth paragraph. If you are just please, if you are just joining this channel, like this video, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this video, and share with your network and colleagues. Let other people know that okay, we have uploaded a new video. So let's continue with the second part of this video, which is how to write an academic CV, drafting a competitive academic CV. So I will not spend much time on this on your CV. So avoid jargons and unnecessary stories. Your CV is not where it's just jam packed or unnecessary stories. Have a very clear bullet point if you want to mention a detail about an experience. Have your headline. Have a consistent formatting. Your formatting should be if you want to use a font size, use it a font style. Make it consistent. Don't use a font style in one place and also avoid all this. So your CV is not to tell us about your bio. So you are not writing to a local, you are not writing a local CV. So no one cares about your state of origin. Your names, your contact, your address, your email, and your phone number is the only details of yourself to be on your CV. Your name, your contact, and your address. Maybe it can be your employer address or your house address, and your phone address and your email. This is the only key points, key details about yourself to be on your CV. No one care about your FGA. Don't tell us about which local government. You are wasting the spaces on your CV. And all this, if there are a lot of unnecessary information on your CV, this can piss off the reviewer. And that's the end of the application. And you are a qualified applicant, but you've done something unnecessary. So don't put your marital status. No one cares about that. All those stories that you do see in most of CV of people's or do ask by all these universities in this part of the world, don't put that on your CV. So I say it's not about the number of pages you put in, it's about the quality. It's about the quality of your CV. It's about the quality of your CV, not even if you have 100 pages and so you have 10 pages and someone has a very good quality, 3 pages in line. You have different experience, not all experience you should. You know that these people will be reviewing a lot of applications. The more succinct and quality your application is, the more your chance. Don't be attached to the quantity. Okay, you have a lot of experience in your CV. All these experience are not in line with what you are mentioning the experience you have as a marketer. You are mentioning the experience that you have as a teacher. No one cares about this. Mention experience in line with the goal of the course. Okay, so I'll be attaching to, please check the description box to this video. I'll be attaching a sample of the academic CV you can follow. So just use that as a sample to guide your CV. So use that. So let's move down to the second to the last part of the last part of this video is help your employer draft a strong letter of recommendation. So you will be submitting letter of recommendation by yourself, but it needs to be drafted or it needs to be written by your employer. It might be your head of department or head of unit or someone who is your boss within your department or within your working space. It must be right. But just if you have the opportunity to write it yourself, so your employer may say that you write it yourself and they will review it and put it on the letter. It should be on a letter headed and signed. So I said I start with this excitement to write a letter of recommendation. So this is for your recommender. You should start with something like, okay, why am I interested in writing this letter of recommendation for this person? Like, I'm very excited to write this letter for Mr. Lagbaja. So let that word, that's a kind of excitement to come in the very first sentence. Professional connection with years of relationship. How do you know this person? So your recommender should not be telling that I know this person from young, or even is our neighbor. No one cares about that. Your professional connection. Okay, I know this person as a student from so institution, and he later comes into our organization. I know him in a professional setting, and your years of relationship to better convince the recommender that okay, this person has a very strong relationship or connection with this person. I've known this person for so year, for 2 years, for 3 years. Let it be very well spelled out, right? So okay. So the next point is to talk about your strong attributes, honors, and achievements. So your recommender should talk about what you have achieved. Okay, in his undergrad study, he's the best student. he graduated with this particular CGPA, or he has won several local scholarship or local or awards, not even local, any awards that's also related to this particular goal, or that is a professional award. He has been the best candidate who has conducted researches on this malaria in our institution, in our organization. So let them mention all those achievements. How this course will be of benefit to your career, and it's very necessary. You see, the fourth and the fifth point are very necessary. Let your recommender tell you how it will benefit to your career. You can start with, okay, this person is envision himself to be a malaria expert, or is interested in becoming a professor of malariology, something like that. So as such, this course will contribute to his experience, will increase his experience and learning. So it's very necessary to state why you are going for the course. And the last one is how the course will be of benefit to your institution and organization and your country at large. Let your commentator tell us why the course will be of benefit. Is a benefit to your own career progression? How would it be of benefit to your institution? It might be said, okay, after he has gone on the course, he will have more experience, and when he comes back, he will improve the understanding or the knowledge of those maybe junior staff or junior or students of malaria, and it will be of benefit to his own country because he will have much experience to think of some good researches to be carried out to better improve the status of malaria prevalence in his home country. So these are just key points you should keep at the back of your mind on how to draft a very strong recommendation, letter of recommendation. And lastly, so these are also very essential things in the application. Those three discussed that document will be submitted as a document, that is your motivation letter, your letter of recommendation, and your CV. But all these aspects are also very essential in your application. You are going to fill out all this. There are 4 sections in the application portal. Under the education section, you'll be asked, what are those courses you attended the last 5? So I received a question from someone who messaged me on what are those things they are expecting here. So courses expected here are those courses you've taken, maybe online courses, professional courses, maybe you have attended a malaria course like this before. Put it there, not the courses you've taken in your undergrad studies or your postgrad studies. No. Those courses you've taken, online courses relating to malaria, webinar you've attended, don't put conferences. Webinar you've attended that relating to malaria, put all those. Put the title and the those who arrange it and the date. And the other thing is, under the working experience section, will be out of your main duties you done. Yeah, the duties you carried out in your organization. That is in your employment, your job. What are those duties you do? So you mention all those duties relating to malaria research experience, malaria research. You write research papers. You teach students. Mention all those experiences. You give presentation. You have meetings with stakeholders. You help funders, and all those experiences relating to the purpose of this course. And the last is, please mention your most recent assignment in developing countries. So this particular point is also what you've mentioned briefly in paragraph 3. That is your contribution to your home country. Mention it. I've done this research. This is what we do. This is significant impact on our community. So let the reviewer see that you have done something very good. You have done something excellent in your own country, in your community. So mention all this relating to malaria or outside of it. But if you don't have a very strong impact you've made on malaria, mention some other things, other infectious disease that you have carried out, you have done an impact in. It's also part of it. So, and lastly, I wish you a good luck in your application. So by September, by August, you should have known about your application status if you apply before the deadline on July 1st. So the course will be commencing between September and October for the 7th cohort, and the 8th cohort should commence, I think, maybe November and around November, December. So if you are not choosing for the 7th cohort, you find your application, give it more fine tuning, and see put in for the 8th cohort. If you are successfully to to go to Tanzania. Please greet all these people for me. Greet people at IHI, Ifaka S Institute, the Cyprus Hotel, Zamed, Zanzibar, Maria Admission Program, Millennium Hotel, Dr. Constantina, which is the course coordinator. You are going to enjoy this woman if you meet with her. And all facilitators, help me to greet all of them. Just mention my name, Muhammad, in cohort 6. They will know that. Asante. So in Tanzania, you speak Swahili. Asante means thank you. So this part of Swahili you learn in Tanzania. So everybody will do have a Swahili class when we are going to the course to the course to the course place where we have the lesson. So you have a Tanzania class within the box. So Asante means thank you. Karibu Tanzania is the very first thing you see, which means welcome to Tanzania. I can't wait to see your message that you've been selected for the awards. Wishing you a very good luck and success in your application. This video is proudly sponsored by the Atlanta Research Academy. Atlanta Research Academy is a data analytical firm which help students and researchers with their data analysis, and they also teach students on how to be a career guide on data scientists. We have courses and also research related courses like Site Why You Write. They have a course known as Site Why You Write where you will learn perfectly how to manage your research and citation using Mendeley, Zotero, and EndNote. So they help students. They've worked with students and professionals across Africa and Europe, in Asia as well as Europe as well. So if you have any question or you need further guidance, please reach out to me to my email, shuaib.muhammadjamiu@ppsn.org.ng. Reach out to me. I will also be glad to help you review your application documents, but kindly write an email before you send in your documents. If you need any further guidance, I will be very glad to receive your email. Please check in the description box other information. If you want to reach out to the Atlanta Research Academy, check their email, check their WhatsApp, and link where you can get in touch with them. So with this, we've come to the end of guidance on how you can land the prestigious Swiss TPH scholarship. I'll see you in other time for another video on this channel. Please check in this channel every week for a new video or around scholarship awards around the world and opportunities, as well as some tips on how on writing different essay. I'll be dropping them on this channel as from now. So check in every week for a new video. Subscribe to this video, invite your friends and invite your family to subscribe to this video, like this video, share this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm Muhammad Jami. See you soon in another video.